I don't even know how to introduce this. George Santos says he survived an assassination attempt. That is the latest. Rachel Maddow has surfaced video of an interview that George Santos gave in Portuguese. Okay, so the clip we're going to look at is in Portuguese with subtitles, and I'll pause momentarily, brief every once in a while to tell you what's being said. He claims he was the victim of an attempted murder, that he survived, and it led to him being under police protection. There's no evidence of this, I should mention. Listen to this.
So at the top of the show, I went through a long but definitely not exhaustive list of the known lies of freshman Republican Congressman George Santos of New York. You're probably familiar with some of the greatest hits by now, the volleyball star and Wall Street fortune and all that stuff, right? But here's something you have not heard before. Did you know that Congressman George Santos also claims he was the target of an assassination attempt, which required him being put under official police protection?
Wow.
That is what George Santos claimed last month in an interview with a Brazilian podcast. The podcast is called Radio Novelo Apresenta.
Yeah.
Forgive my pronunciation. Radio Novelo Apresenta. They shared this video from the interview exclusively with us. So you won't see this anywhere else, but I want you to see it. In this interview, then Congressman-elect George Santos is speaking with the hosts in Portuguese. So we have subtitled it. He starts off talking about an alleged act of vandalism, which he says was targeted at him simply because he's a Republican. But then in the midst of that, he says, oh, also someone tried to murder him.
Em janeiro de 2021, a minha casa sofreu vandalismo. Meu marido e eu, a gente tinha ido para uma festa de fim de ano, em 2020, na Flórida. Vou para uma festa...
So he says this happened in Florida at after New Year's Eve party.
De avião com meu marido, a gente volta à nossa casa, foi vandalizada porque a gente estava numa festa republicana na Flórida.
So he says the vandalism was because he was at a Republican party.
Entendeu? Em dezembro de 2020. Então, é aquilo, eu já sofri vandalismo, a gente já sofreu atentado de vida, atentado de assassinato.
Okay, so there he casually mentions, I already suffered an assassination attempt, which I survived.
Carta ameaçadora, ter que ter escolta de polícia parado na frente da nossa casa.
Yeah, very, very casual. We had police protection, et cetera, et cetera.
We have already suffered an attempt on my life, an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
There was an assassination attempt, really. Then Congressman-elect George Santos did not elaborate on his claim in the interview. We have tonight reached out to Congressman Santos's office to get more information about him saying that he was the victim of an attempted murder.
Yeah.
Getting New York police protection at his home as a result. There ought to be a record of that sort of thing if it happened. We've inquired about this claim from him. We have not heard back. We do live in hope. Mr. Santos did offer more detail about a different act of violence he says was committed against him. In this interview with the same Brazilian podcast, he said he was the victim of a very, very, very brazen mugging. In the middle of the day, in the middle of New York, one of New York City's busiest thoroughfares.
Very logical.
No verão de 2021, no meio da Quinta Avenida, com a 55, eu fui assaltado por dois homens. Antes que qualquer pergunte, não foram negros, eram brancos, inclusive.
Oh my God, he says... Oh, God. So first of all, he says this was at 5th and 55th. Okay. I don't understand how any such mugging could take place at 5th and 55th in the middle of the day. He volunteers before asking me any questions. They weren't black. They were even white, but they still, even white people, these weren't even black folks. And they still had the audacity to rob him in broad daylight.
Eles me assaltaram, levaram a minha pasta, levaram o meu sapato e meu relógio.
They took his watch, yeah, and his shoes in the middle of the day on 5th and 55th.
E isso foi na luz do dia. Eram 3 e pouca da tarde, eu estava saindo do meu escritório, indo para a garagem, pegar meu carro, e eu fui assaltado.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know that any of these things are true, but these are extraordinary claims. And it appears as though the lies simply will not stop. Voters are now furious with this guy. He claims, I'm not hearing from anybody who wants me to resign. Let's talk about that next. There is something you use at home every day that is significantly harming the planet, and it is your toilet paper. 30 million trees are destroyed every year for toilet paper in the US alone. Deforestation is a contributor to climate change, and I think moving away from tree-based toilet paper is something we can all do. And that's why I asked Real Paper to be our sponsor. Real Paper is a toilet paper made 100% from bamboo stalks, which grow forever. So no cutting down trees. And all of Real Paper's packaging is plastic free. Think of all those big plastic bags you've thrown out over the years. Real Paper is a B Corp certified by the Forest Stewardship Council. And Real Paper plants one tree with every purchase you make. And the best part is you can do a part to fight climate change without making any sacrifice, because Real Paper is soft and fluffy and durable, just like traditional toilet paper you're used to. Guys, this is a no-brainer for anyone who cares about the issue of deforestation. Give Real Paper a try. Go to realpaper.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman for 30% off your first order, plus free shipping. The link is down below.